putting a tankless right here today. This is a, what's up, Los? This is a, there's several units down here, but there's a single unit right up here. They have a 30-gallon tankless, tank style water heater that's not working. So the owner wanted to put a tankless in here. We got the 3/4 main coming in. The plumbing over here is kooky. You got a 1/2 inch for the hot. We got gas right here, but the gas is actually on the other side. But it's gonna be catching all of these. And
that's my sledgehammer.
oh, you found the tools you left? That's pretty funny. That was a long, that's like over a year ago, huh?
Fuck yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna probably vent it out of this right here instead of drilling through the building. So, all right. Okay, there you go. So we got our outlet there. We'll run our condensate right there. We'll run our vent out of that. And then we're just gonna run, this is the main, so we'll run the 3/4 right here. We'll run it to that guy. We'll just run them overhead. Not sure how we're gonna do the hot just yet. Probably tee off and bring it down and under. But yeah, so these are what are called isolation valves. You have to buy these separate. These go on the bottom right here, like that. And these allow you to easily flush out the water heater, descale it. You're supposed to do it every 6 months or so. But I got the sweat ones, so we gotta sweat a little copper on there. But this is the port to flush it, and this just basically shuts the water off. Got them in. So now this is a TMP for a tankless. It's a little different than a TMP for a tank style water heater. And it's also a little bit different than just your standard pressure relief that you'll see on a lot of water mains here in California. The reason these are different with tankless is because unlike tank style water heaters, this is not holding water. This only starts to heat water when you call for water at one of the fixtures. So these are a little bit different, but essentially operate the same. I've actually never seen one of these for a tankless blow off. It's probably just safety precaution that they include. There's just this little side outlet for it on the hot side. Okay, so we got the cold side in. And then this is we're gonna tee off. We're gonna tie it in right there. Yeah, let's do that. We're almost done with the cold. That's clean. Cockeyed the copper a little bit. Pressed it. Did you see it pull it like that? That's what it does on Mega Press as well. So it's not a big deal.
It's on.
We'll just use a little strap to keep that up. That sucks. It kind of pulled it down. Whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It was perfectly straight before I pressed it. see it. It pulled it down. That sucks. Whatever. All right, now these are still. This is type M, so let's hope. Okay, so we got the hot, we ran it across, and then we just teed off. The reason we did it so far down here is I couldn't pull this side of the copper down enough to cut it. So we just teed off down here. Once we strap it, that'll be up almost perfectly level. So now we'll do the drain for the condensate. I think we still got to do the venting as well. Okay, so this is the condensate. I was taught a long time ago that you want a little vent on it. If your run is over, I think the guy told me over 3 or 4 feet, maybe he said 10 feet. But anyway, I learned from him, just always put a vent on your condensate. And then this right here is so condensate, the reason you do it in PVC is because if you don't, it'll eat away at the copper. It'll literally eat holes in the copper. So this is a neutralizer that we're going to run. It's going to treat the condensate so it doesn't damage the concrete on the other side of this wall. So. Well, that didn't take much. Oh, can you hit that again? There you go. There you go. You're good. Okay, now the condensate drain is in. This is an old electrical, so. Someone's calling you, Uncle Los. Okay, so we're going to remove the water heater upstairs. What's up, man?
What's up, King?
Hi.
Oh, I didn't give you the pump, did I? Let's close that off. It's leaking just a little bit. My bad, man. Let me grab that pump for you. I didn't even cross my mind. Water heater is full of sediment. Can't get it to drain. So we're going to take the nipple off the top of the water heater and drain it that way. There you have the vent. 45. Now we just have the gas left to do, really. And the owner just said that he's going to put a dryer right here, so he wants a stub out for the dryer. Okay, I don't use this guy very often. The Super Hog. So the reason I'm using this now is the owner asked if we could run the gas in these studs. I said, sure. So we are going to bore out some holesies. We got our holes. Now we're knocking out the ceiling. So we can, yeah, that's perfect. We're doing this so we can cut the 1 inch right here and press. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. We use a slip coupling for this, and then we got the 1 inch. Transitioned to black iron. Kept galvanized right here, and then back to black. And then we're gonna have to notch these out right here. It'll be fine. Okay, we got the stub out for the dryer. I'm gonna cut that. That's for the water heater. And then one inch coming down, reduced. Something I want to note is Viega Mega Press. So these are Apollo, which is, I don't think it's a Ferguson brand, but Ferguson carry. I've only seen Ferguson carry Apollo. And Apollo has, you can see these little yellow rings. So these little yellow rings, I thought they were just safety rings that, you know, they pop off to let you know that you've pressed it. But no, what these are for is to prevent deflection. And if you don't know anything about Mega Press, the Viega Mega Press fittings are very loose on the pipe. And so are these compared to Pro Press. But these are a lot snugger, is that a word? Snugger fitting than Viega. Viega is literally flopping around in the wind. But what these are for is to prevent deflection. It still deflects a little bit, but a lot less having these little rings in there. You can't see it right here, but this is some pretty severe deflection. I'm not really worried about it because I pressed stuff with deflection that had deflection in it. It just doesn't leak. But it doesn't, it bothers me the way it looks. So it literally just occurred to me today that's why they have these rings. So I would say Apollo, and I've said this to myself in the past, that I like Apollo better than Viega when it comes to Mega Press. But I didn't know why. And this is why, because it's always straighter. See, we had a little deflection on this T right here, but it's so less severe than Viega, which that's a Viega coupling. And they just, they press a lot straighter. But there you go. And we're finally done. Yeah, we press these Apollos, and they're just Apollo press fittings for gas, the Mega Press. Those really are the superior fittings. Unless Viega starts adding these little rings in there, that is the way to go, Apollo. So we got to stack a little unistrut. Got your shut off. All right. go turn on the gas. No, oh, we gotta turn on the gas. It's not gonna leak. It presses. Just steer away. Okay. There we go. No movement. Let me test it. I'm gonna test it. Be safe. Okay, water is on. Gas is on. There you go. And no electricity. Why is there no electricity? Oh, there we go. All right. It's working. There we go. It's getting hot. I feel it now. Yep, it's getting hot. That's the thing with tankless, man. It took from me turning on 2 faucets and then walking back down here for it to get hot. And it's probably not even hot in their unit yet. That's scorching hot right there. It's probably just now starting to get hot. That's why, I don't know. Unless you really need endless hot water, I just don't see a point in the and it saves space, I guess. I just don't see a point in the tankless. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? This is a nice little property. It's a little 5-unit here in Silver Lake. Okay, it should be hot. Yep. Back in business. Nice and hot. What the? It's getting hot. Nice. Yep. It's getting hot. All right.